Hello class, this is week 3. This is our second tutorial. This is going to now show you how to place that image on your web page, how to add a figure caption that describes the image, and also how to create a simple table. So again, you need to think about content. How are you going to incorporate this into your web page? For me, I actually have an image already that I'm using. I didn't take an image off of the Wikimedia Commons. So I have an image already, or it's one of my art pieces, so I'll be adding a figure caption to that. And then I'm going to make a small table that's going to list, I think 4 of my favorite art pieces by a particular artist. So I'm kind of incorporating this so it ties in with my, who I am and the artwork that I do. So first things first is remember that folder you have on your desktop. There's my folder. Inside this folder is my image file. So when you save your image from WikiCommons, you're going to put it into your folder, and your HTML page must be in that folder with the image file, or it will not work. Okay, so if you put your image on your desktop and your page in your folder, it's not going to be able to find it because your coding is going to be set up that it's in the same folder. If you made a second folder and named it images and put your image in there and have your HTML page in your your folder with your name, then we have to make sure that we direct our coding directs the browser where to find the image. So this is a really important thing about how images will show up. I'm not using Triad Editor because I can't test if my image is going to show on the online editing program because there's no place really to put the image that it can find. So in this case, I'm using Text Wrangler. So I would suggest PC users to use their Notepad or any other PC editing program they have. And for you Mac users, use your TextEdit or Text Wrangler if you have it. So here's my Text Wrangler. And this is already my tagging from week 2. I've already renamed it Weigel_3. So, when you update your web page, you're going to rename it by just removing the 2 and adding the 3. So here's my coding, and I have an image in my folder. So I have all my notes here with me to make sure that I don't miss anything. But first things first, we're going to place the image right after our subtitle. I want it to be centered as well. And we're going to add an alt text. The alt text is a description of the image, but it's not something that's going to be read by the viewer. It's read by the browser. Another way the browser will search for information based on your query. So let me put my cursor here and just go down extra line so you can see my coding. So first thing to do is I'm going to center that image. Now I'm going to put the image code. It's IMG for image, a space, SRC. So it's image source equals. Now the name of my, equals. The name of my image is zoologicalcuriosities.jpg, and it's all lowercase. That is really important because that's the actual name of my image. If you save an image, say you save an image and it's a rose, and you title it ROSE .1.jpg, but you save it, you tag it into your web page as a rose.jpg, it's not going to find it because you didn't add the .1. Or if you type your image file with a capital letter, like capital ROSE.jpg, but you code it as lowercase ROSE.jpg, not going to find it. That's how exactly you have to type your coding and the image title. It's got to be exactly the way you saved it. So mine is zoological curiosities.jpg quotation. So again, it's in between quotation marks. And once I do that, I do a space because I'm going to add an alt tag. So it's ALT equals quotation marks, and everything between the quotation marks is a description of my artwork. And think of it as metadata tagging, and there's a comma after each word. So it is wooden box with bones, feathers, microscope slides, twigs, fountain pen, tubes, and I'll type in the title as well. Another way you can search the image. I'll put a dash after that, so search it both ways. And I'm going to put a period. Now I'm going to put a 5-pixel or 5-point border around my image, although it's not going to show because there's a black background. I'm putting it in there just in case you have images that have a lighter background. This kind of puts, it should put a little bit of a border around it. So I'm going to put border equals 5 inches. And now I'm going to, oh, gotta put that in quotes, quotation, 5 quotation. Now I'm going to close it, and now I'm going to close the center tag. /ECENTR. Notice I don't close the image source. It's a very different kind of a tagging here. So this is my tagging for images. Now, I got to make sure I have no typos here. It's not going to find it. So I'm going to go ahead and save it. I'm going to save as. So I already have it pre-saved. I'm going to put it in my folder because, see, there is my Zoological Curiosities JPEG. You can see that. There it is. Let's save it. Now for me to see if it works, I have to actually open that HTML file. And again, the image is in the same folder. So here we go. And there it is. Now, just so you understand how this works, let's say I put this image file on my desktop. Now my coding doesn't say to go to the desktop. So this is what happens. There's no image. Let's say I created a folder and typed in images, okay, all caps, and I put that image in there. Let's open it up again. No image. Why? Because my string doesn't say images / zoological curiosities. You see what I mean? So it has to be, at this point, right in here. Now, when you design, if you were designing a web page, website with multiple pages, had a lot of images, or uploaded your images to a server, you would actually have a folder called images, and you would put all your images in there. And when you would do a coding for your images, you actually would put image source images / and then the title of the JPEG file, because you're actually telling the browser you're going to find an image in my images folder. But we're just doing one image right now, and so that's why I'm doing it this way. Okay, so that is how you upload an image file. Let's go ahead and do that first before I do the figure caption and the table.